Everyone, welcome on board. This is Anisha here with an important update about IIM Raipur. Emails for applications to the MBA 2025-27 program has been released. So all of you guys, firstly a small update for you. The emails are coming out in batches. I think it started coming out for all the students from 1:15 a.m. last night, and some students are still receiving the emails, some are yet to receive the emails. Essentially, let's understand what is the minimum cutoff for students who can apply for IIM Raipur, because this year it is going to be out of the CAP process. Till last year, IIM Raipur was a part of CAP. In CAP, overall, last year, around approximately some 23,000 calls were released. This year, with the cutoffs being lesser than what it is for CAP round process, maybe we have more number of calls being rolled out. Let's have a quick look at it. For the students, you would have gotten an email which talks to you about the whole registration process. Essentially, you have to visit the portal, sign up with your email address, and complete the registration process before 12th January 11:59:59. Please do not wait for the last minute. 12th January tak ka wait nahi karna hai. We shall finish our application process much well in advance. Quick update, there is no application fees when it comes to the IIM Raipur application form. You just have to submit your documents along with all your academic details, your if you have done some graduation ke baad post graduation or some certifications, you have to upload all of them, and your work experience details. With that, you also have 5 subjective questions which are there, where you need to showcase what kind of a personality you have. If you look at all of these questions, it is a subtle understanding of you as a person, as a personality, which will act like your SOP when it comes to the interview process. So expect that the interviewer would have access to all of these questions that you answer and would incorporate that in the personal interview as well. Quickly, what are these 5 questions? Here it talks about share an example of when you creatively combined different ideas or resources to achieve a specific goal, and what was the result. Essentially, what I want to see is what kind of innovative thinking or different approaches do you bring into common problems, or how do you meet your targets, how do you meet your goals. So very important in this answer would be what is the goal, what was the approach, and what is the final impact. Did you meet the goal, did you not meet the goal, and if you did not meet the goal, then what were you doing and what did you learn out of the whole process. Okay, so that is with respect to the first question. Next, it talks about describe an instance where you learned a significant lesson through direct experience. How did this experience shape your future approach? This is now your opportunity to showcase your biggest achievements or a biggest challenge, something which I'm sure each one of you guys would have 3 to 4 examples which you can showcase to show your leadership skills, your excellent execution qualities. So pick out one of those instances, showcase what did you learn through it, and how you are a fit to be a good manager or a team leader. That should be your objective out here. Maybe it could be, let's say you were a college committee cultural fest head and there was some last minute hiccups which came in, and how did you bring about, a transformational approach, and what different things came out. It's an example. It could be something related to your work as well, like things weren't going on track, or maybe your client was initially dissatisfied and then you came up with a different approach, and what did work out of it. So that's something which you can add out here. Third, it talks about your most notable achievement in career or education. WorkX people, try and showcase some WorkX achievement. Freshers, showcase your educational achievements. What was the biggest achievement? And very important is, what were the challenges that you faced and how did you overcome them? Please talk about something which was a success. Let's not bring out our failures out here. It could be any notable achievement like meeting or becoming, let's say, an employee of the month or employee of the quarter, an appreciation from your clients, any specific target which you were given, you achieved it, or a project which was assigned to you and you were excellent at it, or when it comes to your in during education, it could be some case study competition, it could be a leadership position in the college. Different examples, you can pick one of them. Fourth one, do you consider being emotional a strength or a weakness in a professional context? Provide an example from your personal experience. This is something about your personality. There is no right or wrong answer. Okay? You can take it as a strength, you can take it as a weakness, how it works well for you as your personality. Being emotional always is not a weakness. So whatever works for you. If you are someone who is an emotional person, please highlight it as a strength and try to showcase why do you think it's a strength, how it has worked for you till date in your career. Next, which do you believe is more valuable, knowledge and expertise or networking skills? Elaborate with your own experience. Now here they are talking about which is more valuable, so don't give a very neutral answer. Take a stance, take a side. Which one would you choose and why? Again, it reflects your personality. What do you think is most important? Personally, if you ask me, it should be knowledge and expertise, because the networking skills you can definitely learn in due course of time, right? So choose whichever you like, how it works best for you, and make sure you write them very nicely. They have given you 150 words limit. It's limited. It's not too much of huge essays to be written, but give some time, give it like a day's time so that you can fill your answers thoroughly well. Okay, for CATKing students, you guys can log into your dashboard, go to your GDPI skills. There is a section called as building what PI skills. Please watch all of those videos, especially the questions which help you to answer why MBA, the biggest challenge, strengths, weakness. All of these are already covered in those videos. Hear those videos, then draft your answers and submit it. Okay. Now let's talk about how many people should expect the interviews, email, or should expect the calls, right? So looking at the MBA admission policy that has been declared for this year, you can check out the aggregate score process. I will walk you guys through the entire thing. First important thing is they need a minimum graduation 60% marks. That is important for the students coming from general, EWS and the NCOBC category. Usually it used to be 50%. For here it is specifically mentioned 60% in graduation. For students coming from different category, that is SC, and it will be 50%. For ST and PWD, it will be 45%. Okay. Then you have, if you don't have your things, you graduation certificate, you can please submit your marks till the current semester. Like for example, if you're still in your final year, current semester tak how many percentage marks do you have? Okay. Once you are done with that, your CA, CMA, ICWA, CS, you need to have 50% aggregate marks in these degrees for yourself. Okay. Now, next thing is with respect to your CAT minimum eligibility percentage. So if you look at this, there is a sectional cutoff, overall cutoff, and there is given in a weightage for your entire 10th, 12th and graduation as well. So just like graduation was 60%, it is 10th and 12th also 60% minimum is the criteria. So very, very important. Please check, make a note of this. For students who belong to the general category, right, you need to have 10th, 12th and graduation, all three 60% marks. In CAT, overall 90 percentile, all the sections 75 percentile. If we look at the EWS category, then in EWS again it is 60% in 10th, 12th and graduation, 80 percentile overall and 65 percentile in each of the sections. Same is the cutoff for NCOBC also. It is 65 percentile in each section and 80 percentile overall. For them, the 10th and 12th is 55% and graduation is 60%. Okay. Then if we look at the SC category, 10th and 12th is 55%, graduation 50%. Each of the sections we have 60 percentile and overall a 65 percentile. For students from the ST category, you have 55% in your 10th and 12th, 45% in your graduation, 55 percentile in each of the sections of CAT, 55 percentile overall as well. PWD category students have different selection criteria coming from each and every category. Even the PWD category students are classified into EWS, General, SC and ST. So make sure you have your category reservation certificates also readily available. Okay. This is with respect to the CAT minimum eligibility criteria. Now, once if you have met these criteria, then you will be receiving your emails, which you have to then finish your application form. Like I said, the application form has all the important documents which you need to submit. Along with your important documents, those 5 questions which we have just walked through. After that, now how is the shortlisting done for the GDPI? Very important, there's an aggregate index score which is being calculated. This aggregate index score has got 50% weightage to CAT 2024, 20% weightage to your class 10th percentage, 20% weightage to your class 12th percentage, 7% weightage to gender diversity. That means female and transgender candidates will be getting 7% extra, 3% to your academic diversity scores. Okay, very important, which they have mentioned here is eligible candidates will either get the gender diversity or the academic diversity scores. Okay, now who is eligible for the academic diversity score? They have mentioned that here in the annexure. So let me just quickly open that up for you as well. Here, so this is my annexure which tells who is eligible for getting the academic diversity score. So essentially all the commerce, economics and finance related degrees, which is BAF, BBE, BBI, BCAF, BCCA, BCom, BFIA, BFM, everybody is there going to get academic diversity scores. All arts and humanity related degrees. Then selected professional degrees, basically CA, ICWA, CS, medicine and surgery based, that is MBBS and MD students. All science and agricultural related BSc courses, paramedical courses, dentistry, everybody listed out here. There are some 20 degrees mentioned, are going to be getting your academic diversity ka 3% marks. So everybody mentioned in this A to E category is eligible for this 3% of academic diversity scores. Okay. Now, essentially, how is these each component calculated? They have given those details also. So, CAT का तो आपका index score बनेगा based on your overall percentile with equal weightage to each of the sections given. Class 10th, if you have less than 60, you get 0. 60 to 65, you get 2.5. 65 to 70, you get 5 marks. 70 to 75, you get 7.5. 75 to 80, you get 10. 80 to 85, you get 12.5. 85 to 90, you get 15. 90 to 95, you get 17.5. 95 plus, you get the complete 20 marks. Okay, this is with respect to your class 10th marks in percentage. Same applies to your class 12th also. If you look at the range brackets, it's absolutely the same. So 95 plus, you get full 20 marks. Gender diversity, as it is mentioned, only female candidates and transgender candidates will be getting 7. Academic diversity, we have checked those 3 pointers. Now, final score of the merit list. How will this be calculated? Here you will have 50% to your CAT 24 marks, 25% to your PI score, 15% to your work experience score, 5% to your GD score, 5% to your profile score. Very important. Please note, there is a GD also, there is a PI as well, and there is work experience separate scores, profile separate scores. Good thing they have explained all the components below to us. So let's quickly understand. A PI process will be done with normalization based on your personal interview. Group discussion will be based on how do you perform there. Profile score, very important. Let's understand all the aspects of it. Profile score will be calculated based on your academic, professional qualifications and certifications. Okay, so quality of your undergraduate academic institution. A score of 3 will be awarded to the candidates who have completed or are in the process of completing their undergraduate education from the top 10 NIRF institutes or colleges or universities. Okay, this top 10 will be from the following categories: research institutes, engineering, management, pharmacy, medical, dental, law, architecture and planning, agricultural and allied sectors, and innovation. Affiliated colleges, campuses, institutions not appearing in the NIRF list will not be considered for this. So they have given you the link of NIRF also. Top 10 NIRF institutes in each of those categories will be getting a score of 3 marks. ठीक है? Professional qualification. A score of 1 will be awarded to the candidates who have qualified for any of the following degrees, which is CA, ICWA, CS, MBBS, Law, Master of Pharmacy, Master of Design, Master in Agricultural Sciences. So if you have any of these degrees, you get 1 mark additional. Professional certification. A score of 1 will be awarded to candidates who have completed CFA level 1, 2 or 3. ठीक है? So ये profile score is for the additional things that you have done. Okay? Then comes now my work experience score. So work experience, as they have mentioned, it will be counted till December 31st only. A maximum score of 5 will be given, 15 will be given for this. Only full-time work experience is counted, which has to be done after your graduation. Any candidate with work experience of more than 6 months is only eligible for the work experience score. उसके नीचे है तो वो count नहीं होगा. ठीक है? What is not a part of WorkX? Your pre-graduation, part-time work, any projects, internships, articleships, pre-CA, CMA, ICWA, CS, any work done, any fellowship or unpaid work done, salary received in cash or through UPI, all of this is not counted in your work experience. ठीक है? For if you have your business, for proprietor firms or a partner firms, you need to make sure your documents are in place. Guys, please have all your documentation sorted and ready, because many a times everything is done and at the end your admission gets cancelled because your documentation was incorrect. So please have your certificate of registration, your firm's partnership deed, GST certificate and ITR files available as well. ठीक है? So this is going to be helpful to understand your work experience score. Now, how is this work experience score calculated? Here we look at it. If you have less than 6 months, 0 score. काफ़ी अच्छा bracket range दिया है with very minute details. So less than 6 months it is 0, 7 months it is 4.38. so please make sure you check out what will be your scores. Simple. 8 months you get 5 marks, 16 months you get 10 marks, and you will get full 15 marks if you are anywhere, if you look at this entire range, which is 28 to 36 months. That's my sweet spot, which is going to be there. So you get, from 24. So 24 months to 36 months. So essentially, if you have 2 to 3 years of WorkX, you will get full 15 marks. If it is lesser, there is a range given and the calculation score is formula is also shared with you. If it is more than 3 years, again, it will keep on declining. This is the complete admission policy to understand what is the selection criteria for shortlisting for PI and also what is the criteria for final selection after the PI. Very, very important. Please note down, they have mentioned there is a group discussion and personal interview both to be conducted for IIM Raipur this year. Please make sure you start applying at the earliest. Don't miss the 12th Jan deadline and start preparing also for GD and PI. 1-2 दिन ZAT के लिए दे दो, उसके बाद Monday से full throttle every day, Monday to Sunday 10 to 11 p.m. You guys will have your live lectures. Don't miss them out. Okay. For people who are not very sure अभी तक IIM Raipur apply करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, check out the final placement report of 2024 batch. If you look at the placement highlights, highest domestic package was 42.29 and average domestic was 18.15. The batch demographics, if we look at it, we had 322 students, out of which 122 were male, that's 38%, and 62% female. 17 months was the average work ex of the batch. Domain wise, if we look at it, 32% of the placements were in sales and marketing, 28% in operations and IT, 17% in general management, 14% in analytics and consulting, 9% in financial management. More details are all available, which sector, which companies coming in the detailed placement report. You guys can check that out as well. But very important, please make sure don't miss 12th Jan deadline for filling the application form and start preparing for your group discussion and interviews. Like I said, 6th Jan onwards, every day, Monday to Sunday, 10 to 11 p.m. class. First class starts tomorrow, that is Saturday, 4th January. 10 to 11 p.m. where we will start preparing for your interviews. In your everyday classes, you will have basics of marketing, finance, basic current affairs, industry insights, all these sessions taken by IIMs who are from IIM Ahmedabad, SPJain, FMS, to make sure all of you are prepared for the upcoming interviews, group discussions, and what. Thank you so much. If you guys have any doubts or questions, drop in the comment sections and do not miss to subscribe to the channel for all the updates.